Welcome to the AARDY.com YouTube channel for travel tips. I'm Jonathan Breeze, the CEO, and today's topic, insurance is travel, protecting us and our family when on a trip. Think of it as home and health insurance, but for your travel. Now, home and health coverage will typically not offer comparable coverage when you're on a trip, so hospitals are no longer in network, foreign travel may not be covered at all, and certainly cancellation coverage will not exist in any form on your home and health coverage. So this is where specialist insurances for travel come in. It shouldn't take you more than a couple of minutes to find the correct policy, it should not be expensive, and it will make a world of difference. So different policies will vary, but travel insurance generally will cover money lost due to trip cancellation, interruptions or delays that are caused by a covered reason, emergency medical care and evacuations in the event of unexpected illness or injury, and will provide a 24/7 support team to call for help to locate medical care, arrange transportation, and more. However, what is a covered reason? Well, every trip insurance policy will have different language, so it's always worth checking, but this is what you should expect to see. For trip cancellation, trip interruption coverage, you should include the following: sickness, injury, and death to you, your travel companion, your destination host, or your family. Jury duty, destruction of primary residence, traffic accident whilst en route to your destination, terrorist attack in your destination, revocation of military leave, workers' strike, weather events, bankruptcy of your travel supplier, being terminated or laid off from a job, natural disaster, a family member giving birth, the school year is unexpectedly extended. It's quite wide. Anytime you buy insurance, you should understand its coverages and limitations before you buy. So, typical coverage: 100% for trip cost and for trip cancellation. This reimburses forfeited, non-refundable, unused payments or deposits for trips that are cancelled prior to the scheduled departure date. And trip costs for trip interruption reimburses forfeited, non-refundable, unused payments or deposits for trips that are interrupted after the scheduled departure date. Trip interruption, return air only, reimburses the additional airline transportation expenses incurred by you to reach the return destination for your trip interruptions. Then we have trip delay, reimburses for reasonable additional expenses if the insured is delayed for more than 5 consecutive hours due to a covered reason. Misconnection, reimburses if inclement weather or common carrier causes cancellation or a delay of regularly scheduled airline flights for 3 or more hours to your point of departure. Baggage and personal effects can reimburse you if your baggage or personal effects are lost, stolen, or damaged whilst on your trip. Baggage delay. If your baggage is delayed more than 12 hours, you can be reimbursed for the purchase of necessary personal effects. An accidental sickness medical expense pays for medical expenses due to illness, injury, sickness incurred within 1 year of the date of the injury or sickness. So initial treatment must be received during the trip. Now this pays for emergency dental expenses during the trip due to injury to sound, natural teeth while on the trip, and it covers medical and surgical treatment by a licensed physician, professional nursing, hospital, x-ray and ambulance services within 1 year of the injury or sickness, provided that the initial treatment was received during the trip. And then emergency evacuation and repatriation of remains, so covers evacuation and transportation as directed by a physician to the nearest adequate medical facility or home in the event of death or if medically required. And it pays for special medical escort if recommended in writing by the attending physician. And finally, accidental death and dismemberment pays for loss of life or limb if it occurs within 365 days of an accident during your trip. And in terms of when to buy your insurance, well, for the greatest protection, you should buy travel insurance as soon after you book your trip as possible. For most travel insurance providers offer extra benefits if purchased within a certain time frame. Now, almost every travel insurance plan that we see needs to have the travelers putting trip insurance in place within 14 days of the initial trip deposit. This way you will have any waiver for pre-existing medical condition that exists in your plan, as well as a possible opportunity to include cancel for any reason coverage. As always at AARDY Compare, we recommend that a traveller consider travel insurance. You can get an anonymous quote in seconds and compare dozens of the top travel plans from many of the largest US travel insurers, saving you time and money finding the right plan for your needs. And what many people do not know is that they won't find the same trip insurance plan available at a better price. It's all down to price certainty and anti-discriminatory laws in the US. In short, the price for trip insurance quote for an insurance plan that you'll see on AARDY Compare is the same price you would see from the insurance carrier direct. We are not allowed to compete on price for a filed insurance product, and no one is. You are certain to get the best value from us. Safe travels.